Holy shit. No. I forgot to unmute the stream when I turned off the BRB. I've been talking to myself for the last 20 fucking minutes. Thankfully, it's all side quests mostly. I only just started the main quest after like 15 minutes, so yeah, I'm a fucking retard. Holy shit. Okay, so since I'm gonna upload the VOD to YouTube, what was missed? Basically, when I started out the main quest, is they're like, go to Kakariko, your friend Shad is there, and I go see Shad, and then Shad's like, go back to the village, and then, or go back to the castle town. Now we're back in the castle town, and then we talk to the busty barkeep lady, and she says, yo, extort this old man for money. So that's where we're at right now. And he was like, yo, I pinched this this wooden statue off of the girl that I was supposed to help, but I was gonna sell it, but I spilled medicine all over it, which made it stink. I put it outside to dry, but then it was stolen. Who goes around stealing people's stuff like that? What a world. You always have to be on your guard, eh? Look, Mr. Heavy, at any rate, neither the money nor the carving's here, so I can't repay you. Now to work. Wow, thank you for letting me know you couldn't hear anything. Jesus Christ. That's rough. Lost like fucking like 20 minutes of footage for the VOD. That sucks, but it happens. Huh. Should probably actually still be a dog. I'm just so distracted by my fuck up right now. I'm sorry. Greetings. The little side questing bit I did right when the stream started was I went and turned in some bugs to Agatha to get a bigger wallet, and then I also did the acrobat minigame, but I did it correctly this time. You're looking for the wooden statue that Ilya had, aren't you, dear? I think it's a coincidence that I happen to know it got stolen from the doctor's place? No. Yes, I'll admit it, I took it, but then I was attacked by some sort of skeletal dog beasts who took it from me. I don't know why those beasts were after her statue. I thought it likely that she was in a dangerous spot, though. Those fiends lurk just outside the south gate. Unfortunately, they only come out at night. And another thing, they always move around as a pack. You won't get the statue back unless you give them all a thrashing. That statue sounds like the key to getting Ilya's memory back. You must go get it. Alright, well, we're gonna go get it. I did find it funny you implied it was like a deaf charity stream. No, I'm no such thing. Unfortunately, I don't know any good deaf charities. I'm also not big enough to really be a charity streamer. Nice as that would be to be able to do big charity events, but sadly that's I have no notoriety. I am nameless. I'm so nameless I'm wearing another streamer's hoodie while I'm playing right now, because that's how nothing I am. There we go. That's a lot of monies, too. This oddly shaped statue is said to have belonged to Ilya. It might be a clue that will help Ilya get her memory back.
You need to eat it.
I always gotta remember that, because this isn't the first time I've forgotten to unmute, but that was probably one of the longest continuous segments I've gone without unmuting. I'm just glad it didn't go longer. Because the longer I muted, the more footage I lose.
From the angle.
Anyways, I'm gonna go back over some of these lines since we missed some of them from the from being muted. Little human, it is time for you to show your manliness for the girl's sake. If there's anything I can do to help, just say so. It is in times like these that we must come to one another's aid. Not that you could ever do much to help me, my tiny friend. And he's got big rock nipples. I said something about him having big rock nipples. That is something I distinctly said. Statues, the word that breaks the seal and the rod of the heavens. It just gets odder and odder. Now Ilya's memory is the last clue we have to solving this strange puzzle about the heavens. Link, what shall we do? Okay, so we don't get that dialogue that he had originally, which is unfortunate, because I would have liked to have been able to go over that original dialogue, although it was basically just a wordier version of that, basically saying he's got a journal from his father with a bunch of notes about the ancients and the Oko and all that, and all kinds of shit. Whether we get that girl's memory back, young warrior, will be up to you. Even our chief Darbus has lost the memory of his dark time. We have not told him that you were the one who saved him. He has a proud Goron and he can be touchy. If he knew he'd been saved by a human. On the other hand, he does have a strong sense of moral duty, so if anything happens, you can count on him to help. So, John, someone came into my chat and, worst nightmare moment. They were like, I can't hear anything, and I realized I forgot to fucking unmute for like 15 to 20 minutes.
I for gore.
I for fucking gore, dude. It was, I'm so mad. Thankfully, like, 15 of those minutes was side quests, but then, like, still we lost footage for some story stuff, which I hate. Here, have this weird statue. I for gore. What is this? I remember something. I was confined somewhere, and then I was saved by whoever was confined with me. And when that person set me free, they gave me this statue. Yes, I remember that much, but that means that person's still in trouble. Oh, what's wrong with me? I can't remember where that place was. I remember! I thought I'd seen that somewhere before. That belonged to the tribe that protected the Hylian royal family long ago. They worked in secrets. They lived in a lonely, forgotten place. But I heard that tribe dwindled in the prolonged wars. If you want to find that hidden village, look for a path leading to the Lanairu province from the far side of the Bridge of Eldon. But a rock slide blocked the way to the village long ago, so you can't get there anymore. What? Oh, I do not mean to worry you, little human. Problems like these are not problems to Gorons. There he goes. Our Patriarch Jarvis will be waiting for you up ahead. Look at your map to see where. I would try to find the path beyond the Bridge of Eldin that leads to the Lanayru province. As we speak, Jarvis is cutting those rocks with his big nipples. Which are colossal. Okay. Map. Bridge of Eldin, hidden path. Okay, easy peasy. Oh my god, I've been fucking playing Monster Hunter so terminally, I pressed right bumper to try to make Link sprint. We want to do that. Come on, what? You can't go up like a tiny little fucking step up? Whatever. There we go. Definitely doesn't help that I'm not using an original GameCube controller. Nope. That's clearly not the solution. Oh, where am I? Oh. Oh my god, I'm all the way back here. Come on, game. Really? Man, I'm just supposed to bomb that spot?
Please read some, spare me. Sorry, Link. I don't give credit, is what Reed says when he deals killing blow.
Sorry, Link. I can't give credit.
We're looking for a banger of the next episode. Giga Stacy General Dami Mommy is in it, so it'll be a good episode regardless of plot.
Well, I mean, they're all good episodes regardless of plot.
Yeah. Straight bangers, all of them.
Yeah, especially the clown wrestling.
Yeah, that is unforgettable. I'll give them that.
Yeah, I'll never live that one down. That one will stay with me until I die.
Yeah.
I won't be able to remember my grandchildren's names, but you know what I will remember? That clown wrestling episode of the Legend of Heroes anime.
The autistic girl wrestling the clown. The clown winning. The clown is winning.
The clown won. He threw her onto a table like a fucking wrestling kayfabe.
Fucking clown was a beast.
Alright, what the hell is this grass circle here for?
Clown was beating someone with military training. A guy who used to be part of a circus. Just proves that
clowns
she
are powerful.
she has no conviction. The clown stood for his own beliefs and was able to fight much harder than she was a hired goon.
Yeah, the clown stands for something. His life means something, even if he's not as important.
He stood for what he believed in.
Yes,
it was throwing fireworks with a dynamite mixed in. Oops.
Even when he was committing a terrorist attack, he was still clowning. That's commitment.
I know.
Look at him
He
go.
used to think his life was a tragedy, but then he realized it was a comedy.
And then he smoked a cigarette and he was like, you wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't get it.
There's a hidden village up ahead, little human. The elders call it a forgotten place. The scent that has been burning my nostrils. It is the scent of evil. There is one powerful creature I've seen about, but under that beast are many minions who attack and plunder like a pack of hyenas. There are 30. No, at most 20 of them ahead. They're probably just a small band of survivors, ragged remnants who've settled, leaderless, into the village. If that is all there are, little human, then you alone are more than enough for them. But you will have to defeat them all to save the girl's benefactor. Before you go, I will tell you the secret to besting them. Destroy them before they spot you. Got it? Time for a real certified Kino scene. This is I think one of the scenes people remember most about this game is this bit right here. Check this shit out. They just put a fucking Old West shootout in this game for no other reason than because they could. Yeah, sensitivity is really weird on the Xbox controller, because obviously I'm meant to be using a GameCube controller. Maybe I should get like a USB GameCube controller or something.
101. Cheaper than NATO. What the fuck were you doing, Merc?
Oh yeah, there's the last Howling Stone there too. Yeah, I wish you could have targeted that guy, Link. That would have been helpful. I'm the last of these guys. Oh, there's one guy left. And he's up there. Okay. Easy peasy. They're all dead. It's such a short bit, but it's so memorable. If only Link had a gun.
Just don't have a circus. Bam!
The Howls of the Beasts, they faded into silence. Also, he had an army of dudes in mascot costumes to just indiscriminately throw dynamite all over the city. What an episode that Legend of Heroes anime had.
They had to all get... Yeah. Then they were all sent to jail.
Yeah, well, Talion ran around and bodied all of them.
What a guy.
And they were
like
like...
to go dig up a hot spring because he's a sentimental fella.
Yeah.
You know, you're probably not good at this killing business, dude.
Well, he doesn't have to be. He's the party tank.
Eh.
The Savior, it's you, the Savior. Please, have mercy! Please forgive me for not opening the door. My name is Impaz. I'm the last resident of this poor village. My name comes from the Great One who built this village so long ago. Yeah, it's Impa.
There's one character I like, it's him, because I can just feel the Leon radiance emanating from him, so I just have to smile at him.
Who, Talion?
Yeah, that Isaac Clarke Leon style, like, good guy radiance.
Yeah, no, he's just an all-around good guy.
Like,
He's stupid but affable. Although yeah. Isaac's not very stupid. Isaac's actually incredibly smart.
Isaac's. The Clear Sky and Free Stalkers have declared war on each other again.
Isaac may actually even be what you would call a genius.
Yeah. That's one good thing about talking Isaac. When the characters have problems, Isaac immediately snaps back with a solution. Why are people saying this game is woke? In the original game, it was Hammond and Kendra bossing him around. That's more woke than anything. The engineer is getting bossed around by non-engineers. Yeah. That sounds pretty woke to me. If we're gonna go by like terms of Isaac just taking some lady's orders nonstop. I mean, that's pretty woke sounding, if you ask me.
Yeah, New Isaac is very capable. Well, I mean, New Isaac as in old Isaac, as in Dead Space 2 Isaac, but in Dead Space 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it just makes more sense too. The mute Isaac never made sense. Like, I think they did it just because the silent horror protagonist thing is kind of a trope, so for Dead Space 1 they did it. And then the reason he talked in Dead Space 2 is because the devs realized, oh, this doesn't make any sense and it's fucking stupid.
No, Dead Space was made with people who were like, who sort of just did it on a whim. It was built on a whim. Because they were originally going to make System Shock 3 and then they had an idea and they basically had to like show a pretty polished demo to EA, and EA greenlit it. Yeah, well, what it was that they were greenlit to make System Shock 3 back in 2003, and then, you know what came out in 2004? Resident Evil 4, and they were like, oh. Yeah, they were like, holy shit, we need to do whatever this fucking thing is doing. This is the future. This is the future. And that's how Dead Space 1 and 2 got made. And now... Based on a whim and with enough luck that someone at EA was feeling generous that day.
Yep. And then Dead
Like-
Space Remake is, again, based on a Resident Evil game, because it's based on Resident Evil 2 Remake. I mean, honestly, the most brilliant minds stand on the shoulders of their predecessors. You know, kind of crazy that we started off strong. We got Game of the Year potential right in the fucking first month of the year. This village was once the secret home of a proud tribe who served the royal family, but it fell into decline and became infested with dangerous beasts. It's become an awful place. Excuse me for asking, but is your name Link?
Foreskin.
Forspoken. Game of the Year every year.
Foreskin.
I knew it.
Game.
Foreskin. So then you saved that nice girl? How lovely. When she was here, she would often cheer me up by saying you'd come to help. That sweet girl. She worried about this old woman even as I helped her escape. By royal order, I cannot leave this place until a certain person arrives, no matter what terrible fates visited upon it. But listen to me blather on. I'd have a favor to ask. Would you help me return this to her? I think she always kept it close to her heart, but even so, she didn't hesitate to part with it in order to protect me. And now we can call the horse anywhere, finally. It's only fucking, like, we're past the 2/3 point in the game. I believe in my heart that it's kept me safe all this time. So please, I ask that you return it to that girl. Yeah, no, but I definitely would say in terms of, like, the Legend of Heroes anime, I do legitimately like Talion as a character. I think he's affable, and he's just an all-around good guy. Not necessarily doing anything new, but, you know. He's cool.
Yeah, he's a decent fella. He's also carrying the big backpack.
If you were to transform here to scare someone, who am I scaring, Midna? There's nobody here. There's fucking nobody here. Who am I frightening?
This guy declared war on us.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Clear Sky's fucking problem? What is their malfunction?
Fucking blue.
I mean, they must be. I mean, they're fucking drinking the fucking toilet bowl cleaner.
We're enemies right now, and you're not shooting at me? Okay. You know, I was gonna shoot you on sight, but you won't shoot at me. I won't shoot at you. Peace. You know, that's okay. I guess you didn't get the memo, we're at war.
Well, better off that it stays that way. His PDA's out of batteries.
Yeah. Running drugs for freedom right now.
There we
We've
go.
already got the carrot. The supervisor guy definitely was some sort of killing machine in the past.
The lazy man?
Yeah, he was definitely some sort of killing machine before he decided to take it easy.
I mean, yeah, you can smell these tropes coming from a mile away.
Yeah, I can smell that he was a killing machine immediately. And then the autistic person.
And then there's sexy lady with whispery voice who's very clearly hiding a deeply insane and traumatic personality. Because it's the exact same character.
How could you tell? She talks about hating her lifestyle all the time. Just
you
kidding.
know, I may have seen Higurashi once. And Higurashi may or may not have had the same villain. Like, exactly the same villain. What teachings of old pass to you? Take sword in hand and find me.
Tell me more. She's just looking at robots getting an erection. Oh, this is so fucking hot.
Oh yeah, she's just like staring at the robots and she's like, oh my fucking god.
This is so cool.
This is so hot.
We've never seen anything like this before in our dirt fucking city.
Well, unfortunately, that's not enough to stop the Gundams.
Yeah, no, that's not enough to stop me.
Alright, well, we're headed back to Kakariko. Yeah, we'll get the final sword technique a little later.
I'm gonna send him crying home to his mama. The fucking we'll be right back. We're gonna beat up the robot.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, there's a little jank going on from our widescreen. I knew you once. Yes, this feels so familiar. The scent of hay. There's just a waterfall in the background right now. Long ago, when we were young, you and I. We're still young. It's been like fucking 3 days since we were kidnapped. You were always there. You were always beside me.
You always pretended that airplanes in the sky were like shooting stars.
Link. His face looks so fucking goofy.
I knew you once. Yeah. Like 5 minutes ago.
The baby. This gift was meant for you. It was something I wanted to give you before you left on your journey. Please, Link, take it. The horse call. You don't need to worry about me any longer. Whenever you return, I'll be waiting here for you. What? Link's love interest isn't Zelda. That's wild, says person who has never played a video game before. You remember what I was saying about the Rod of Heavens? Well, actually, it was about the messenger of the heavens who held the rod. The nice woman who saved me told me about it. Apparently, in this woman's village, they've guarded something for the heavenly messenger for generations, so they await him. But they can't give this item away until the messenger arrives at the rod. That's why the lady couldn't leave her village, you see. Say, Link, do you have any idea who the messenger of the heavens is, or who the messenger of the heavens is, or what this rod might be? Well, now we know. We have to go back there and give the old lady our rod. We're gonna do a revolution! Cool, who are we rebelling against? The other country!
They won't declare war, Lobby Chan, if you don't say something autistic and out of taste for 5 minutes.
Oh, this necklace? I hate it.
I hate this.
Throws it on the ground.
This necklace? What a piece of shit.
This necklace is worth $10,000.
Necklace is hundreds of years old. It is
priceless.
Yes.
Here you go. You can have this for saving my life from a terrorist attack.
I hate this thing.
Fuck this stupid necklace.
Fuck this necklace and fuck you.
Man, Legend of Heroes is so special. It is a very special anime. I'm gonna remember it until I die. It is. The more I think about it, it's like, wow, this is just an exceedingly retarded anime.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't get. It just doesn't. It's just like. It's not. It doesn't. It's like. What are you doing? And it's like, what does it look like I'm doing? What are you doing, Falcon? What, you got something to say? No. No. You go on.
Go on, Falcom. Who am I to stop you? What can I say and what can I do to convince you to stop? Nothing.
Anyways, I may as well watch.
You are determined to set yourself upon this path, Falcom. You know, and then Tupac Amaru Shakur in the comments section says says what we're all thinking. He says, "Where the fuck is Reen?"
Where the fuck's my boy? If Tupac's like, where's Reen? And Tupac doesn't, you know, he's... Tupac's dead and he knows what's up. Tupac knows what the audience has been waiting for.
There's just some guy in the fucking comment section of 9 Anime named Tupac.
Where's Reen at?
Where is he? He's in the intro.
Seen him a couple times.
Yeah, we see him in the intro swinging his
He's elusive, swinging his tachi around. His folded tachi.
Yeah.
Seen. Second form, Gale.
If you've
ever heard someone say that in the Snaker's stream, one of his friends, I know one of them had a Reed profile pic at one point that was talking about it, and I was like, oh hell yeah. It's nice to meet a fellow Falcomer out in the wild.
Oh, okay, right. I forgot there's a minigame here. Yeah, we gotta go talk to there's a chicken here. The cat's like, do something fun with us. Go talk to the chicken.
It's nice to meet a fellow Falcomer out there.
Oh, welcome. This is the Forgotten Village.
There aren't many of us, but we roll in packs. Don't mind me, duty. I'm just running drugs for freedom.
Alright.
There's nothing you can do about it.
So, minigame, we get to hear the cool music again, but we gotta speak to 20 cats. So, this is a minigame designed just for you, John. Except instead of gunning down goblins, we are...
The fucking character rankings mean Mitchell versus the first smoking girl. She got no points. That was pathetic. Mitchell mogged her and everything.
First one.
Come on, Reed. Let's hunt down the food. Okay. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha dot dot dot. Alright, 4th cat. 5th cat.
My favorite comment was, I hate this, I'm gonna keep watching. I hate this, I'm gonna keep watching.
I mean, that's really the only, like, natural response to, That's the only natural response to watching the fucking Legend of Heroes anime. This is garbage. I love it.
This is terrible. This is all just slop.
It is truly dumpster trash, but it's the best kind.
Yeah.
I do have to say, though, I do appreciate that they're at least going for hand-drawn anime instead of, CG. Not that I have a problem with CG anime, obviously, but it's just nice having that variety there.
Freedom just paid me $7 grand, some fentanyl, and a beer. I don't know what they mean by that part, but...
What do they mean by this?
I have 42 merc patches? Wow, I've been killing a lot of cheeseburgers from guys. Thank God he's out of the country for now.
Yeah, Cheeseburger Freedom Man and Slav... I mean, Cheeseburger Freedom Man would beat Slav Myers, but...
100%. Slav Myers has an AK with iron sights. Cheeseburger Freedom Man has 4 different guns he cycles around depending on the mission. Quad, night vision goggles, six squad mates as backup, a bunch of grenades,
yeah, I was gonna say, he also has, like, 5 men.
Yeah, he has 5 men. He's got a variety of guns. He's also a one-man army himself. He single-handedly beat Monolith and Sin in urban warfare. All the advantage was on their side.
And then he said his iconic catchphrase, "Oh, I need a doctor."
Yeah.
I gotta eat something.
It's like demonic lines. You gather some duty faction patches? No, I can't do it. Deal with the problematic stock.
Cheeseburger Man's most iconic line, "I've gotta eat something."
We're still at war with Clear Suck. We are. It's time for an incursion into the swamps.
Just chilling with all these cats. Get on the table. Get on the table. There we go. God damn it. Not that many cats left to discover. I've already hung out with this cat, I think. Okay, that guy just kind of hopped down from his little hiding spot up there. Saved me the trouble. Thanks.
That one fucking stalker PDA message where the dude fucking said goodbye to the world. Can't take it anymore.
Ah, that was... Oh, God.
And then immediately after, it was just the usual... We're getting shot at.
I like how we read the message and then we both just went, no!
Oh my god. That is awful.
Yeah, that was truly, I think, one of the most depressing things I've seen in Stalker.
Can't take it anymore, bros.
Sorry, Stalker bros, I tried my best, but I'm done. No!
Can't give up.
Us Stalker bros, we ride together, man. You can't die.
What the hell? Even if you're my enemy, you can't give up.
Us Stalker bros, we ride together, man. That's just how it goes. Alright, I think it's like, what, 2 cats left? 2 or 3 cats left.
Game over, Stalker bros.
Sorry, Stalker bros. I wasn't strong enough. I can't believe our boy gave up. It's over. Okay, that's number 18 right there. Just 2 more cats. Come on, cat bros, help me out. We're already buddies. Alright. These are all already cat bros here. I think we already talked to most of these guys too. Oh, what? There was just some guy right here at the entrance who I'd never talked to. Where'd you come from? Oh, there's this one. Did I miss one over by Chicken Bro? No, there's no cats over here. Hey, Sloan. We've already killed all the goblins, now we're just acquainting ourselves with cats. I'm doing alright. Had a pretty okay day so far, just chilling, playing some Zelda. John and I watched the latest episode of the Legend of Heroes anime, which is real Kino. It's real it's real choice.
Nothing will beat the clown though.
No, that clown, like I said, that clown will live in my memory forever.
Really.
Alright.
Down the free.
Are you friends with that cat? I'm literally missing one cat. Come on, cat bros, help me out here. Oh, the Goblin Chief isn't until the end. Like, basically right at the end of the game. Sloan, you'd have to watch the Legend of Heroes anime to understand what we're talking about.
You shouldn't do that.
You should absolutely do that.
It's certified key.
Yeah, it's a certified banger of an anime.
A forward plot. The guy was like, what are we doing here? Why are we here?
Doesn't matter. Hey, look, a clown! And then he beats the shit out of our protagonist.
Yeah, the clown really. The Palmetto clearance sale on a Steyr Og.
There's a Palmetto clearance sale on a fucking what?
Steyr Og A3 semi-auto, white and black. It's $1,599.
For a fucking AUG A3 kit? Holy shit, dude. That's a steal.
How the hell is this a legit Steyr?
I mean, I'm sure it's semi-only, of course, but...
Yeah, it's an AUG A3. It's legit.
But honestly, I'd say a semi-automatic AUG A3 is actually better because I don't like this two-stage trigger.
Holy shit, yeah, it's made by Steyr arms.
That's an actual Steyr AUG for $1,500. Dude! God, Palmetto's so fucking base, dude.
Why the fuck do I have to live here? Oh, that could be me right now. Holy. Oh, God, this thing's sexy.
Maybe it will. I mean, maybe it will be us someday. Oh, you know what? There's probably a cat somewhere where I have to dig. There's some cat who's fucking tricking me by hiding somewhere where I have to fucking dig. Oh, by the way, John, Sloan's been asking me all kinds of stuff about getting into gun ownership too.
Well, just go down to a store wherever if you live in a cool state and just buy a either a Glock handgun or an AR-15. There you go.
Well, I told him to just go on PSA. I linked him PSA when he was like, well, I have no baseline or reference for the quality. And I'm like, okay, well, here's one. And I just kind of sent them an example. Hard to go wrong with an AR. I mean, don't do it, Sloan. Sloan, just start with an AR. Take my advice, because I got...
What did Sloan want to start with?
He was on the fence about AR or AK, but I told him that to just err on the side of an AR because it's cheaper and... easier to source. The ammo is a lot easier to buy. It's a cheaper weapon overall. Like, AKs are cool, but they're really expensive to run in the United States. 7.62 by 3.9 is not so bad because we have so much of the fucking stuff, but it's still expensive to build an AK. But that's gonna be me someday. Where's this last fucking cat? I'm going fucking insane. Oh my god, it was just some random fucking cat on the street that I hadn't talked to before. Okay, whatever. We did it. It's done. Come play again, meow. There we go, heart piece. Yeah, but no, you just start with an AR. Easy peasy. And pretty much every gun store that you're ever gonna go to or find sells P-mags and Stain-Ag mags and all kinds of stuff. Is that girl doing alright? I haven't much to offer, but please make yourself comfortable here. There's so many cats. They're so cute. Look at all these video game cats. Oh, that rod. Is that the Dominion rod? Ah, could it really be? Are you the messenger to the heavens? Among the legends of my clan, there's a story from the time when the Oka still maintained contact with the royal family. Yes, it said that a mysterious rod was handed down from the people of the sky, and it was called the Dominion rod. The rod was only to be carried by the messenger to the heavens when the royal family needed to communicate with the Oka. For generations and generations, my ancestors have guarded the book that, by royal decree, was to be given to the messenger to the heavens. This is the book. Please take it. Ancient Sky Book. This book is written in the ancient language of skywriting. I'm so glad I stayed in the village. If I had not met that young girl, what would have become of me? Meaning that girl must have been ordained by the gods so that I could be here to pass on this knowledge. That's really profound and all, lady, but I gotta go charge up my magic stick.
Fuck it. I don't got time for that, bitch. Happiness and everything is money. Surfs away.
Surfs away. Let us sing you our gay song. Yeah, well, you know what, bitch? Why don't you sing your song to the salmons and the trouts?
Why don't
Surfs
you
away.
sing your song to being a dumb bitch and killing yourself?
Surfs away.
Right
And then-
there?
And then they made him a loser in the sequel. Very sad. Hey, cats, did you know there's a ghost living in this village? God damn it.
You're going to do you take what?
Also, secret for all those aspiring practical use gun owners. Bullpups, whatever gripes you may have about them, are pretty much, you know, the only way to really, like... Since they technically still have 16-inch barrels, but the package is much shorter, that's pretty much the best way to get a vehicle-sized, like vehicle crew-sized rifle without having to get an SBR stamp on your gun.
What seat do you want?
And AUG A3s are cool. I don't give a shit what anybody says. If you make fun of bullpups, I'm gonna make fun of you, because you're stinky and are dumb and bad. No response. Dumb bitch, read this book I just gave you. What's this? Ah, it's skywriting. Where in blazes did you get this? You don't suppose this could be the word that breaks the seal? Right, let's try it out. No reaction. So it's not this statue. Link, thanks even so. You've brought me one step closer to solving this puzzle. I shall give the book back to you. Now I shall try out this word on other statues. I've made the rounds of these statues so many times I've memorized their location. I'll place marks on your map so you can find them in case you wish to track me down. Remember, every one of these is an owl statue. Now, if you'll excuse me. You put gas back in our rod. Writing in the book was a spell that imbued the staff with magic. Now you can do to the other statues what you did before. So, he did say he would mark your map wherever there was a statue, didn't he? Then we should go check those spots, right? Yes, and that's what we'll do. Time for a little collectathoning. And then in the most recent episode of Legend of Heroes, they go to Switzerland and dig holes. And the girls have a girl power bonding moment where they shoot a monster with guns. As the ladies do. So they could go take a dip in some hot springs, because the hot springs were cold springs for a little bit. Words. Oh, move the statue. 20. We can actually hold all of it for once. Yeah, that's a long ride. Let's just warp there. I think that's the Cave of Ordeals up there. No, Link, then don't jump! Don't do it! I'm sorry, Stalker Bros, I can't do this anymore. No! There's not even anything here. Threw myself off that cliff for nothing. Is there anything on this side of the bridge worth looking at? I feel like there's got to be something I can use that statue for. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything to do with that statue. Unfortunate. The cave down there. Let's go check out what's in that cave. Or actually, it's probably the exit, and then I get back up and out this way. If I had to guess, if I were to wager... Money. Welcome back with your pizza. I'm not sure how much of the gun discussion you caught. We were talking about, not worth it to get the, we wouldn't recommend like starting with something like an AUG or something advanced. Bullpups are more like purpose-built for stuff like being in vehicles or more like particular stuff anyways. You should really just start with an AR. I mean, that's the whole point of like those kinds of like flash sales is to give you like that kind of FOMO, but really you're not missing all that much. I think I've already been in here. At least not right now. You should really just start with the basics and just focus on getting yourself an AR. Maybe I haven't been in here before. Money. We were also talking about how Kino, the Legend of Heroes anime was. Where you wrestle a clown and
fix the hot mission objective.
Yeah, they have a cute little girls' night out where they shoot a monster with guns, as the girls do.
Well, the boys go on a spiritual journey.
Yeah, well, the boys go on a journey of enlightenment where they dig in the dirt for 5 hours to try to create a hot spring. It is truly an enlightened show for only the most seasoned anime enjoyers. I mean, there's no shortage of ARs. You can go to your local gun store. Like I said, there were examples that I gave you in Palmetto, and they're constantly doing flash sales on either parts kits or just full-built ARs. The sky's the limit, dude. Especially because you live in a very, like, a decently unrestrictive state. I'd say out of all of the blue states, Washington is, like, the least restrictive. Well, that's not true. New Hampshire and Maine are also pretty, they're blue states, but they're pretty open with, and lax with firearm ownership as well. Either way, I mean, also work within your price range. A good AR is only like $600 to $800 if you get it on sale, and the AUG is fucking $1,500. It's a little bit out of your budget right now, pal.
You also might not like it.
Yeah, it's got a weird kind of trigger. It's a bullpup, and so the ergonomics are going to be very different. And it's got a completely different manual of arms and a completely different use doctrine. Like, it's just a different gun made for a different purpose. I got what I needed to get in there, right? I did open that treasure chest. I'm not, like... Okay, I did open it. And I don't know about how semi-auto AUGs feel, but I know that full auto AUGs have like a weird 2-stage trigger kind of thing going on. And it makes the trigger kind of mushy because there's 2 separate walls to it. Yeah, AUGs are cool, but you should start with the basics, man. Like, that's the whole thing about any hobby or building any skill, right? Like,
Plus, if you build an AR, you can use all the mags and the lights and the optics and all that stuff, and the sling will all work on the other one.
yeah, if you start with an AR, you have a very good baseline for other stuff that carries forward. And not just on other ARs, but other weapons in the style of the AR. So if for whatever reason you got your hands on like a 416 or some kind of short stroke gas piston style rifle that's patterned like an AR, you can use it like an AR.
You need
There's a lot of shit that looks cool out there, man, but you should start with what's practical. And if you build an AR too, like if you build it, like properly build it, get a clamp, get some armoring tools, and you workshop it yourself, that gives you a very good baseline skill set for building rifles in the future, because it kind of puts in your head everything you need to know about how a rifle is built. It's good for your brain to build a rifle yourself.
You're gonna do that.
Yeah, bullpups are weird. And I mean, I wouldn't take what Brandon Herrera says about an AUG too seriously, because Brandon Herrera literally just does AKs, and that's his only thing. And I trust those AK guys about AKs, like Jim Fuller, Brandon Herrera, like, you know, I trust them with my life about AKs, but they're also going to be very particular, because what they like in an AK is not going to be what they like in other guns.
Also, the AUG's a proven design. They wouldn't have kept upgrading it and making new models if it was a bad gun.
I don't think Brandon Herrera ever said it was a bad gun. He just said he didn't like it.
Oh well. Pups are iffy with the triggers.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is AKs have fucking god tier triggers, so I understand where he's coming from. Well, Sloan, you can always ask to borrow a friend's shop or, like, see what you can do at home. I mean, you can try to, like, just get a clamp on, like, your kitchen counter or something if you really needed to. I definitely would recommend having the clamp, though. The clamp is kind of important because it holds the receiver in place for some of the more, the less graceful parts of installation. Like, when you get a, there's one part in particular where you have to punch a roll pin for the, it's for the bolt release, where you have to punch a roll pin in, and it basically literally was me, like my first time building it, setting the roll pin down into the spot while I had the receiver clamped down. I was just fucking hammering that thing in. You gotta be, like, brutal with it. John, how much did your armoring kit cost?
I have a few.
The AR-15 Armorer's kit that I built my receiver with. Because Sloan's wondering what the tool costs.
I'm gonna go out on a probably like $30 for a punch kit for it.
Yeah, the punch kit's one of the big things. The other tools are mostly like simple stuff like ball peen hammers, clamps, just really basic workshop tools. The punch kit's really the big one. And then you want to buy yourself some CLP oil, but again, that's not too expensive. Yeah, just do some research, man. That's why I just kind of sent you to the Palmetto website. Because, I mean, even if you come back and decide, hey, I'm not in the right, I'm not in the right place, I don't have the right amount of space or room, or I don't have a good workshop, whatever the case may be, if you decide you can't build one yourself, at least you can go to Palmetto and buy a decent AR for like $600-700 and know you're getting something good out of it. In terms of rifles, an AR is by far the cheapest thing you can have. In America, anyways. And then, if you get really into the hobby, if you like building and collecting guns, if you're really into it, then you can kind of go from there. You can buy more stuff from there, but start with the basics. I mean, that's just what I say to people about any hobby or building any skill, is start with the basics. Don't break the bank, don't go crazy right off the bat, because that's not going to help you. What you should really start with is the Cobra Terminator.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. A very Chad gun. For only that cool people can use. The Cobra Terminator. It's a South African slam-fire single-shot shotgun. It is...
Why was it made?
It is one of the worst guns ever made. It is incredibly cursed. I mean, a single-shot slam-fire shotgun isn't a terrible idea in theory, but the Cobra Terminator,
Couldn't do that.
No.
Basically, the most primitive version of a shot. Imagine building, like, primitive, like...
It's like it's a pipe gun. It's a Fallout 4 pipe gun, Sloan.
Yeah, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's a Fallout 4 pipe gun. It's got an extremely cumbersome and uncomfortable skeleton metal stock that every time you fire it, it just bites your shoulder. Like it just fucking like is leaving a red mark in your shoulder.
With any luck though, it won't fire at all.
Or it'll stovepipe and kill you, which you deserve for buying a Cobra Terminator.
Yeah, or that. It'll either not fire, it'll fire and be uncomfortable, or it will kill you.
My my apocalypse kit, my meme apocalypse kit that I always say is like, oh yeah, if I was ever like had to bug out, my apocalypse kit would be a Cobra Terminator, and a Zip 22. Chad guns for Chad people. Now, Sloan, that's another curse one, the Zip 22. It was so bad, it destroyed the company that made it. Oh yeah. Guessing it's a shit gun? It is one of the shittest guns. It is stinky shit doo-doo ass. It is a 2-shot 22 caliber self-defense pistol. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. There is nothing about it that functions. Is this the Cave of Ordeals? This is the Cave of Ordeals. Okay, I can just warp straight to it. Your power is a gift given only to those with confidence to wield it. Okay, we'll come back here when we have the double claw shot. You know, it's really fun when you start actually doing research on this stuff, Sloan, because you start learning about some really, like, strange and famous examples of some shit that just did not work. And it's honestly a lot of fun.
Made up my phone.
Or it'll also actually, if you're ever looking into a gun, it's a great way to keep yourself informed. Did you end up watching that video about the Dragunov clones that I sent you, Sloan? John, I'm not sure if you watched it, but Ninehole had a video about 3 Dragunov clones. Is the Zastava M76, which is one that I've been talking about wanting for a while. Is the Zastava M76, the Iraqi Tabuk, and the Romanian PSL. The Romanian PSL being the not goodest of them all. Yeah, like Sloan, in terms of educational content, like Ninehole, In-Range TV, and of course Forgotten Weapons are like the most educational channels I can recommend. They are for your infotainment. I like Ninehole a lot. Ninehole is probably one of my favorite gun channels. Man, I loved their AK-12 video. Where they were just like, yeah, no, this is like one of the worst pieces of shit of an AK we've ever seen. In their own words, I think they called it a failure to modernize. More money. Oh my god, I have too much money. Fuck! Whatever.
Receive anything.
Well, that just means we're gonna go back to Castletown and give the old man more money.
What one?
Well, there we go. We've donated enough money. Now we shall learn the final technique. The time is now. The great spin. Spin! You have marched through countless foes, even mightier than the last. You who now gaze to the future with vision unclouded. Surely you can restore Hyrule to its stature of yore as the chosen land of the gods. Farewell. Go, and do not falter, my child. So it's heavily implied that that is one of the earlier iterations of Link. And he became a Stalfos. Because he was like, I don't know, I think it's like, they imply it's the Ocarina of Time Link. Some people have some theories about it. I don't, put much stock in that, because every Zelda game is kind of intended to be a standalone experience, but it's kind of interesting to think about. Alright, we're gonna go get that money. That was back in the Gerudo Mesa, just so we can have it, and we're gonna go to Kakariko and donate it. We're kind of trying to knock out a bunch of birds with one stone here. Nice. Nice, more pizza. We also had pizza tonight. Yeah, Sloan, if you definitely want to learn more, I can't say enough good things about Nine-Hole, and maybe and I might be in the minority because they do a lot of like nerd shit for guns, like, you know, a lot of like engineering principles, design philosophies, you know, like use cases. It's a lot of like, you know, like like I said, it's a lot of like the nerd shit about guns. But if you're looking to get into like the nerd shit about it, they're like the best channel for it. Because they like really deep dive into the philosophy of the stuff. They get on like a lot of guests, like they've had like they'll do like an old Navy SEAL weapon, and they'll invite on like a Navy SEAL who had like 10 years of experience as a SEAL, kind of talking about what his experience was like with the weapon. It's that kind of thing. Alright. And now we have to start maxing out our wallet again. Come in and drop off money for these guys. Anyways, last statue is here. And then, Sloan, if you're looking more for, like, individual product recommendations, like getting an idea for, like, a particular, like, an optic you might be curious about, or something like that, InRange TV does a lot of, like, more granular, like, individual product reviews. There's still more missing characters. What am I missing here? I didn't forget to grab one, did I? I hope not. I probably could have just opened that chest as a dog. Whatever. Another heartbeats. got that one. Got that one. Got those two. I think. I got these two. Let's just head back to the village and see what we can see.
How to get away.
Jeez. That's not it. I must have missed one then. Must have moved the statue but forgotten to grab the magic words.
What do you want?
Let's go to this spot, 'cause I feel like this is probably the one I missed. Oh yeah, you know, I think I just moved this one and yeah, I didn't grab the words from here. I immediately moved the statue to get the treasure chest. That's what happened. It all makes sense now. Yep, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that's me being a fucking goober. Alright, now we go back to the village.
They'll come rescue.
Ah, Link, did you read my letter? Oh, you sent me a letter? As it turned out, the word I learned from you didn't do anything with the statues I found. After all that, I wonder how that word was supposed to be used. Since it was written in skywriting, I was sure it had some kind of meaning. Oh, I'm supposed to give him the new word. Is this that book from last time? Are there more letters in the word than the last time I looked at this? How did you investigate that? Link, this is amazing! Amazing! Now this must be the word we need. Let's try it immediately. Ah, it's taken on the same shape as the other statues. What can this mean? And I thought we'd solve the last of our riddles. Blast, how confounding! I must apologize, Link. I need to cool off a tad before further and mull over the problem. I mean, don't walk away, dude. Like, we're literally about to solve the problem, like, right now. There, I fixed it. No, yeah, Shad's a G. He's the coolest looking nerd. Link? How in blazes did you move that statue? And what's this? Amazing! Spectacular! This must be the sky cannon I read about in my father's notes. I knew that my intuition was onto something when it led me here, but how can one use this to get to the city in the sky? Stunning. I feel almost nervous. Just think, if we could get to this to work, we could actually reach the city in the sky.
Good.
A cannon, huh? What do you plan to do with this?
Dismiss.
Ah! Perhaps I'm in your way? Well, forgive me for not realizing. I should just disappear at times like this, really. So, let me know the results another time, Link. Ah, yes. Let me give you one last piece of advice. That seems to be broken, so you do well to show it to a canon expert first, I should say. Farewell!
Attention moviegoers, Bienfu is in the theater alive. Bats have been placed underneath your tables. You know what to do.
We found Bienfu, and he is conspicuously is full of life right now.
Oh, Velvet, why is Bienfu alive?
Magilu, why is your pet slave speaking? Put him in his place immediately. And I like how, like, when you first get into, like, the first hour or, like, half hour of Bienfu, you're like, man, Magilu's so mean to him, what's the deal? And then you're like, oh, no, never mind. No, he deserves... And he goes, and it's like, no, it's like, he deserves her. She does what is right and necessary and proper to him. She's just doing her duty to him.
Why is she so mean to her little thingy? And it's like, oh my.
And then he's like, and then he's also like, I wanna touch girls without their consent. And it's like, oh, ew.
Kill
this thing. Kill the Bienfu. Sloan, have you played Tales of Berseria? I wonder if I put him off. We are going to drop this in the lake.
Look at Maggie trying to make everyone do her comedy skit at the various pubs. And just bombing every time.
Oh yeah, because nobody else she had a routine, but everybody else just sucked.
Yeah, everybody else.
I'm trying to remember which bit she did that was my favorite. I think it was Shigeru is probably got to be one of my favorite bits because he's so retarded he doesn't understand jokes. He just takes everything at face value. What was Aizen's bit? I forget the whole bit that he had with her. Was it just that he couldn't deliver jokes properly?
Yes, and I think he started threatening physical violence.
Oh yeah, he was gonna beat up the audience.
Yeah, I do know that he was threatening physical violence.
Or no, sorry, why did I say Shigeru? Shigeru was his brother. It was Nokudo.
Rokuro.
Yeah, Nokudo was him. Shigeru was his brother. Hey buddy, I never thought you'd get so hooked on Fantascation you'd try to build your own cannon. You gonna give me a tour or what? Looks like you have a serious rig over there. Whoa, it's kind of retro, huh? There's no ignition device, so you can't even use it. Might be able to fix it for you. I mean, maybe. That is if you can pay me 300 rupees in advance. What do you say? Alright, gotta get some money pulled together. Thankfully, we have a few bugs to give to the Bug Princess. I mean, it's not too different from any other hobbyist or enthusiast. A little late for that, Shad. I love how when you get to the end of the game, though, and fucking Berseria, and then it's like, you beat Shigeru, and he's like, yeah, I could have actually killed you all, I just didn't really feel like it.
Yeah, I would have, but I didn't want to.
My spirit
I was
partner,
having too much fun.
my spirit partner was too shitty and lazy. I needed her to limit my power level. I needed to bond with the worst spirit imaginable. Yeah, well, you know, the whole thing about people giving gun bros a bad reputation is just that, yeah, because weapons are obviously violent and dangerous and destructive, people, you know, the people on the outside try to define the hobby and just the idea of collecting guns as a whole by the by the worst offenders of it, you know, like really crazy fucking weird alt-right weirdos who go off on weird tirades and all kinds of fucking people you'd rather not associate with. And they kind of conflate that to everybody who wants to own a gun. But I mean, there's like several million guns in the United States, and I mean, probably a lot of these people who complain about gun owners know a gun owner, but don't know that don't know that that person that they know owns a gun. It's way more common than they think it is. Oh, I feel
Hey, Daniel.
I should talking about rolling this bug up. Daniel, the latest scoop from the Doomer newspaper really had me really had me at the edge of my seat.
Yeah, it was really
It was very funny. Man, can you believe this this newscaster liberal thinks we all want to execute him? Anyways, I want to kill him.
he really, like, it's amazing watching him go effortlessly between, can you believe all these liberals just always accuse us of wanting to murder them? And then he, like, segues into so anyway, I mean, I can't wait to murder all the liberals. Like...
You can't make this shit up.
It's uncanny, and I guess like buried somewhere in there is like the intention or the implication that he's too much of a fucking coward. But like,
Well, yeah.
But that's not like, that doesn't make what you're saying make sense though. But I think he was mostly talking about that's something Chris Matthews did do. Like he did fucking come out in like 20 whatever and be like, they're gonna march us all to Central Park and execute us or something. And it was like, I think it was like partially like sarcastic. It was partially like a joke. It wasn't a joke, but it was like,
It's some dumb, weird fucking MSNBC bullshit.
Part of it was him being like, you know, I think he was purposely appealing to absurdity and being like, you know, but it was still dumb. I mean, he's still stupid.
It just amazes me how Doomer is somehow so terrified of like people on the right, and yet with like liberals, it's just the mere mention of one just makes him furious. It's like, dude, if you could even apply a fraction of that energy that you have towards hating liberals, towards like critically thinking, defending
Getting a
your
house.
defending your arguments with facts and logic instead of appeals to emotion.
You know, anything.
Yeah, anything other than being like utterly miserably hateful about liberals and being utterly pants-shittingly scared of the right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty to dislike about liberals.
Oh no, I don't like them.
Yeah, it is a lot.
That is an evergreen tree, Daniel.
Yeah,
that is an evergreen tree, my man.
It's an evergreen tree, but like at the same time, like shut
I mean,
up.
he's letting them rule his life. They literally rent free.
It's
literally fucking rent free.
People like overuse
Take care,
rent
Sloan.
free. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Leave.
People like overuse the term like staying in rent free or whatever, because it was like, oh, like the guy shitting his pants, like, yeah, rent free, you know, like. But I think that's legitimately true for this guy. Like these people like own every second of his miserable life, just like Cobra owns his trolls.
I love that bit with Cobra where they sent him the garlic butter from Domino's and he's flying off in this tirade. He's like, see how hard I'm owning you, trolls? See how hard I'm owning you? I'm fucking owning you. I'm fucking owning my stupid trolls. And as he's like angrily, like fucking like vein on forehead, flying off into a rant about how he's owning his trolls.
Yeah, consider us owned.
It's not working on me, trolls. See how unaffected I am by this, you piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit. Here we go, buddy. All working as it should, I think. May look like junk, but this thing's got some powerful innards. You're gonna be knocking on the door to the heavens. Seriously, bud, it might be rough. I'm sorry for soaking you for the dough. I'll leave you alone then. Have all the fun you want, okay, buddy? Will do.
Yeah, Doom was pretty funny. So.
Oh, it was I like that stealth own you got on him. That was amazing.
It's amazing what he doesn't pick up on.
It's amazing that he could even imply, you know, the fact that someone in the modern day and age could even come up with the implication, unironically, that someone would want to kill them.
Table. That's even on the
Yeah,
table. Like
that's even on the table.
yeah, it's like.
Out. Yep.
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 But he was like freaking out about AI like images and stuff earlier because he was like, they're gonna use it to like turn everyone into QAnon or whatever. And
How do you figure that AI art is gonna be the next fucking alt-right pipeline?
well, because they're gonna make fake pictures and show that to people, and people are gonna believe it.
Oh yeah, because it's not immediately obvious in any AI generated image of a human being that it's not real.
I don't know, that lady with the backwards head looked pretty real to me. But it's like, I mean, he was speaking about like the future, like, but I was like, I'm like, well, I mean, wouldn't everyone be doing that? Like, first of all, like, it's like the same thing with Photoshop. Like, since Photoshop existed, people are always saying, well, that shit's shopped. Like, I'm not gonna believe that.
Yeah, people are doctoring shit all the time, and you can just say like, yeah, that's not real.
Yeah, it just makes people not instantly trust images, whereas like before you would instantly trust an image like that. Now you say, yeah, that could be shopped. We need, there needs to be more than just that. But in Doomer's world, everyone just instantly accepts what the right-wing guy says, and he's like, and then I'm like, okay, well, I mean, it's like they'll make pictures of Hillary Clinton eating babies, and I'm like, okay, well, you probably don't need to invent those, you just need to find them. But like, he's like, oh, they're gonna do that, and then all these people are gonna become like right-wing QAnon people, and I'm like, okay, well then they're gonna make pictures of fucking Donald Trump doing the same shit. Like,
yeah, they're gonna have fucking like a picture of Donald Trump like fucking a pumpkin or something. It'll be funny.
And which again, you probably don't even need to make up just fine. But like, they're gonna. And he's like, but no, but liberals will be nice about it, and they won't ever do that. And that's
this is always his thing. Is he's always
every
and
time.
Always predicates that the right does something extremely outrageous and heinous. And then the liberal media complex, won't hold him accountable.
Yeah, just like, okay. And it's like, and because if you know, if you follow the news in the last, 6+ years, liberals media complex, the Democratic media sphere, was never critical of Donald Trump.
No, there literally wasn't a fucking fat fucking big titty cow that they were just fucking squeezing the udders on day in, day out for 6 years.
I mean, the criticism was mostly valid, but some of it was kind of weird, but it was mostly valid.
I would say it was valid for the first 3 years, and then it's kind of started to be a little bit reaching by the end.
Well, the Russiagate stuff was in the beginning. That was like the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
But aside from Russiagate, I can't believe I'm even calling it that. Aside from the Russia shit, I mean, whatever. Most of it was just political shit. But I think most of the criticism was ultimately, if it was not taken somewhere from a place of being a reasonable criticism, it originated as something of a reasonable criticism.
Yeah, there was always an origin of a reasonable criticism because there's an endless amount to criticize within that strange little man. But
he's a strange guy. He's a strange guy, and I don't, he does what he does. But the idea that the Democratic media sphere is somehow not going to be aggressive, and then at the same time he'll be like, can you believe what the Democratic media did to Bernie? They made up every conceivable lie about him, which they did bullshit, and they did fuck Bernie over.
Yeah, they completely bullshitted him out of potential constituents because people they convinced people that he wasn't working in their best interest, even though he was.
Well, and also that he was some kind of insane radical that was gonna kill people, and it was gonna be a mess, and he was, just basically just like Trump, and there was all this nonsense.
Yeah, it was a bunch of weird shit.
The Clintons and their handlers were desperately trying to
their moneyed friends.
Yeah, we're desperately trying to keep going because they know if Bernie had gotten into power, at least from the Democratic Party perspective, fucking money gravy train would have been over, baby.
Well, and that's where the party schism came from like in 2016 and 2020.
And like one of the things I tell Doomer is like, well, you know what beats that? Getting 50% of the people to vote for you in a primary. Like, if you don't have that, like even before they did all that shit, Bernie was like polling in like as a plurality. The progressives are probably a plurality now in the Democratic Party, like around like 35 to 40%. Then you have like the liberals and the conservative Democrats taking up the two remaining minorities. But you need 50%.
Yeah.
Like you need to beat that. You need to get that. He can't seem to understand. Like, oh, they cheated. He didn't have 50%. They didn't need to.
Yeah, he wasn't pulling the numbers to begin with. But they just did their best to make it worse.
Yeah, they did their best to do that because they're shitters. They didn't, especially in 2016. But Clinton didn't do a damn thing to beat him. She was not gonna lose that primary. But like in 2020, like I think it was a more near run thing. But I mean, he just can't stop inventing conspiracy theories. And yeah, they did fuck shit up. And yeah, they did play crooked. But like he didn't have 50%. This wasn't like he was polling 55% and through like complicated legal chicanery they made it so he didn't get any delegates. Like that wasn't what happened. There weren't enough people fucking voting for him. If he had somehow managed to sneak in, it would have been as a fucking minority without a majority, because the other groups were just too divided up to be successful. The alliance of liberals and conservative Democrats is a major block of the party. It is 60 to 65% of the party. Individually, they're minorities. Together, they're a majority.
Yeah.
Until the 40% or so progressives fucking are able to become 50% progressives, and I don't think that compromising with these idiots is the way to go. I think it's just
absolutely not.
Continually reiterating the superiority of those ideas.
Oh yeah, continually impressing upon people, both new young members of the party and possibly disillusioned older members of the party this progressive direction is the only direction.
And draw people in, because then listen, we're moving away from like identity politics as a fucking religion. Like we're moving away from all this fucking weird bullshit that the Democratic Party like lives on now. Like, obviously there's no backtracking in terms of like, civil rights, but like that doesn't mean that every single thing that's ever happened we need to filter through the lens of identity politics. That's not particularly healthy.
No, we need to. I mean, and it's a distraction is the biggest thing.
People are getting fucking tired of it too.
They
should be getting tired of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say almost alarmingly tired, because there's some people who are, going in the opposite direction, and
yeah, there are people that like react to the sort of democratic tendency to like call like a white guy eating sushi racist because that's cultural appropriation. Obviously, it's an extreme example. But like, that's not a made up example. That's a real example. And it's like if you don't like move away from that type of really like self-defeating and pointless messaging, like okay, like let's calm down a bit, guys, with that. Like, yeah, we're not fans of racism. We're fans of plurality. We're fans of acceptance. We're fans of everybody kind of chilling and doing stuff together, and getting past the idea. This whole point of the left is to get past the idea of those things that keep us apart. And identity politics, where everyone is supposed to act like everyone is supposed to be and act like they're racist.
It's an apartheid state. That's the whole thing. Is like this whole INPOL thing is like
it's bordering on a kind of sort of a social apartheid, where it's like
it's a social apartheid.
They act this way. This is what they are. They're separate in their own little box. You're here. You're separate in your own little box. Everyone's separate in their own little boxes. And any attempt to like mingle between them is somehow racist.
And that's the thing. Is it completely is the current iteration of liberalism is completely defeated? It completely defeats the concept of intersectionalism.
Yeah, there's no intersectionalism. It's the opposite of intersectionalism. It's to create fear of meaningful contact between groups of people. And
would make me very sad because it's something that I seek out. I seek out meaningful interactions with the other, with people who aren't me, because I have a very limited perspective of being a milquetoast middle-class white man from suburban America.
Yeah. Tina jokes about how I'm like Larry Hogan because I'm surrounded by Korean women at all times. And she's like, oh, well, when we start taking my mom to daycare, it's like, it's crazy. She's surrounded by Korean people like 7 days a week now. And I'm like, that's been my life from like the last 8 years, Tina. Like, I understand what that feels like, being surrounded.
And the other thing too, just is that a lot of American the mainstream American politics is distraction tactics. Because like actual progressive politics, like legitimate leftism, there's a whole reason a bunch of people got disillusioned and broke away from the parties because they felt like they were just people were just trying to distract them. Because we're here trying to talk about meaningful issues, and they're like, well, no, because there was some random guy who waved a fucking swastika at a Bernie rally, and instead of saying the reasonable thing and being like, wow, what a fucking schizophrenic weirdo, glad that security removed him quickly, people were like, what did Bernie mean by this?
Yeah. Why did Bernie order one of his close associates to fly his personal banner, the swastika? But like, I think that it was the party moving away from like actual like legitimate fixes. Like, I think people, like, if you really want to support like people, like black people, then maybe you should like clamp down hard on like police officers gunning them down. And like, maybe you shouldn't just, double and triple police budgets.
Yeah, maybe increasing the police presence in disenfranchised neighborhoods is not the way to solve the poverty epidemic.
Yeah, and maybe when you train these police officers, you shouldn't like bring in like psychopaths.
I should train them.
Yeah, you shouldn't bring in.
Speaking of psychopaths,
you shouldn't bring in psychopaths from Israel or John. Sorry, not James.
I should be training these officers in the arts like kung fu.
Like, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Maybe that would be an actual way to support people. Like, what's it called?
Well, they had what's his name? Like one of the people who teaches cops is like some weirdo named like Grossman, like Lieutenant Dan Grossman or whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
Yeah, he's a complete psychopath, legitimately deranged.
He's deranged.
Is this whole like sheepdog thing that he's got?
Yeah, he's batshit insane. Like his like. You listen to the shit he's saying, and is this like a serial killer's manifesto?
Oh no, he like legitimately serial killer. They bring him in. They bring in
Mossad from Israel. They bring in like Israeli special forces.
Yeah, IDF and shit.
IDF.
Or if you really want to scrape the bottom of the barrel, they bring in what's his name? The fucking fat guy who can't do movies anymore.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, they've had
shit. I mean,
they've even brought him in before.
They won't be able to fucking do anything. That's fine if he can train them all he fucking wants.
Gracious, we made it back finally. Welcome, adventurer. This is the Sky City of Uka. Since you came all this way, I guess I can give you the tour of the city. And then there's a monster. I'm just trying to wrap up the stream here so that way we can continue this conversation. But I was looking for a good time.
You'll have to tune in Discord tomorrow to the Casper squad. I haven't started it yet, but I got the portraits all ready to go for our heroes.
That's good. That's good that you're
Goodness, brave adventure, you won't believe it. There's a dragon.
Consider to tar wrangle them all, though.
I'm terribly worried about it. I'm gonna check for the shop for survivors.
He's the only one who's like a functioning adult, so that's good.
Yeah, Clint's leading. Clint's got to lead the party.
Yeah, Scotty.
We got Scotty, we got Warlord. We got Scrap Receive, he's got the Animal Whisperer perk. You know why.
Yeah,
Because he's hugging dragons.
Furry Boom Boom.
Boom Boom Warfare will be his specialty. And then for the 6th slot, it'll just be one of the regular companions who's gonna be forced into that retardation.
The emulator.
Or maybe I'll do Goldfinger. No named companions. So maybe I'll do Goldfinger.
Oh yeah, Goldfanger. That's
Goldfanger. Homeboy Goldfinger. Yeah, no, but definitely. What's
you
up?
could accurately simulate Goldfanger without, like, modding the game somewhat, because he's his
Someone
role.
get fucking railed.
Yeah, his role in Casper is a bit different than.
They don't call him Goldfanger for nothing.
My name's Goldfanger, guys. The guy's fucking.
Hips Fedora.
Yeah, he's a real champ.
Well, living out of the homeless shelters in Casper now.
Is he? Because I remember people saying he was homeless, and he was like, "No, I'm not homeless."
Oh.
I figure most people in Casper are like
Casper
not
are
retarded.
homeless.
Well, I think
Are
most
not
people in
retarded.
Casper are also terminal liars. I think.
I also think all of the people in Casper are homeless.
That's true. Also, like the people that Josh hangs around with certainly are, maybe a little bit on the not lying team.
Little on the dishonest
Yeah.
side.
They're a unique bunch of folks, and I hate all of them.
Well, we should probably send the IDF to train the Casper police.
Oh man, they would probably gun down Josh. That'd be a rule.
They've gone down to everybody in Casper.
So Liquid Chris is so I watched a bunch more stuff about Liquid Chris's fucking intervention into the rack situation. Like they had a live stream afterwards that like Cyrex came on and was like yelling all this shit.
Yeah, because his box got whacked.
Because he was convinced to put a fucking. This kid is so
Jailbreak
stupid.
his Xbox with a fucking USB killer.
I didn't even see what it was. Was it jailbreaking it? Because like I don't even know.
I think they convinced him that it was a jailbreak, but it was a fucking system killer.
I can't believe you fucking stick a kill stick in your fucking.
You just take a USB and you just at face value accept that when somebody says, "Oh yeah, it's totally a jailbreak, dude."
Yeah, just put this. Hey, hello, person who's constantly being trolled by people online. Me, a person you've never met, would like to send you a USB stick, which I'd like you to place into your Xbox. Nothing bad will come of this. Please believe me.
God,
Okay.
dude. God, okay.
And then this fucking dude does it, and like you can see the fucking like 2 brain cells in his fucking head rubbing together like
Fucking
pennies.
cogs start turning. And...
Yeah, and when he's like sitting
The
there,
hamster wakes up.
like when fucking Liquid Chris is like, "Oh, hello there," it's like this dude's the fucking Joker coming on there. It rules so much.
It's good guy Joker.
Fucking Liquid Chris coming on there.
Honestly, it's like if the Joker was the good guy. He's just coming in like a big fucking reveal, like he's wearing like a fucking like opera cape and he just throws it off.
Well, we have everything.
We have everything.
We've destroyed your Xbox. He's like,
Yeah, I love that Cyrex immediately blows up like a fucking powder keg, dude.
I mean, this is one of the few times where it's probably warranted to be really pissed off, because I hope they covered their tracks, because like that's
illegal.
Like, that's a felony what they did. So they hope Mr. Liquid Chris doesn't
I think what you mean is that it's a funny.
It's a funnily, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
But yeah, that's a felony.
I mean, yeah, they broke his shit. I mean, you break somebody else's property. That's just not legal.
Even if like of course they were saying, well, we didn't we didn't put it in there, you did. It's like, well, yeah, but that's called social engineering. Like, it's no different than if I convince you to give me your password. Like, I'm still committing fraud. I'm still I'm still getting something I should. It doesn't matter that you willingly gave it to me. Like, so that defense doesn't hold any ground. Like, you can't, if you send somebody something and convince them it's a fucking jailbreak or whatever, and it's a kill stick, then you're still liable as if you had just stuck that kill stick in there, as you should be. That's the correct way to look at that case. But
yeah, you broke it.
yeah, you
You're
broke it.
technically the person who broke it.
You're the prime actor in this situation. It doesn't matter if the dude fucking physically did. It doesn't matter who fucking physically did it. But anyway, the he went on their stream afterwards, their panel, and it was like losing his shit. And then he went on Marty's stream to bitch. Like, why would you go onto Marty's stream, Cyrex? You know what? Why we even?
I mean, the fact that Cyrex keeps coming back, like he clearly is drawn to Marty. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Like he claims to
They're in love. They're lovers.
Yeah, he hates Marty. He says he hates Marty, but he's drawn to him. He cannot leave him alone.
Leave me.
Leave me and my family alone.
The shit that he was talking after, like his there was a shot, quote unquote.
Yeah, when he supposedly was shot at.
Yeah,
Bullets
Totally.
riddled.
Totally happened
Bullets
BTW.
riddled Cyrax's house.
Well, it happened on live stream. And initially I was like, okay, that might be something, but like then once you look at it more than a few times, you're like, okay, this was probably just like either like Smarty.
I think Smokey MC said it was like a mousetrap because their house is filthy.
That was Marty's initial conclusion, was that it was a mousetrap going off because it sounds like one. If it was some kind of projectile, it was like a pellet gun. Like even a 22 would have shattered that window. Like,
well, yeah, the fact that there's no
and the police couldn't find a bullet either.
Yeah, that's kind of the smoking gun there. No pun intended.
And they said it went into his. He's like, it went into my mattress. Then okay, well then good. That should be really easy to find. But they find no projectile. So it's like,
you tried to have me killed, Marty.
I wouldn't be here right now. John, did you listen to that 3-hour spurg out that he had where?
No.
I shouldn't say spurg out because he's not. He doesn't have Asperger's. He's just a dumbass.
He's just a degenerate.
He does it. He has no. I mean, if he has any kind of mental, it's nothing like that.
I'd probably say it's fetal alcoholism.
Oh yeah, he may yeah. I think they've confirmed that his mother was like a piece of shit, maybe
so is his dad.
Well, yeah, I shouldn't blame the mother because she was like I think she was like seriously developmentally disabled and was like raped essentially by the father,
who is a known pedophile,
who is a convicted pedophile. Kiwi Tapes introduces Cyrax to his audience as third generation sex offender, which is what a phrase. Third fucking generation sex offender.
It's just like
because the grandpa raped the grandma because she was 14. And then the father raped a 14-year-old too. So there must be something with 14-year-olds. And then Cyrex messaged a 14-year-old who we thought was a 14-year-old. So
he was going for it. He was getting risky for the biscuit. He was trying to carry on the family legacy.
And there was like, and it's wild how he defends himself from that allegation, like claiming that the person that exposed him is the pedophile. Like, it's wild hearing him be like Mass Reports or whatever, that she was the one who basically was like catfished him, but was like, yeah, I'm 14, and he was like, that's okay, good or whatever. And,
yeah, there's no defending that.
Yeah, but he's like, well, so she's the real pedophile because that she was pretending she was. It's dumb. I mean, I don't even know
No,
why. I don't even know why I'm talking.
no, you don't have to explain this. It's like
Yeah.
no, Cyrax.
No, that's not how that works.
She's 14. If they're underage, they can't consent because they're not developmentally capable of making their own decisions yet. That's the whole point of the age of consent, Cyrax.
And obviously, the woman herself isn't 14, but she was pretending to be a 14-year-old in terms of she told Cyrax.
And that's what he thought. That's what he was going for.
As far as he knew, she was 14.
This is like literally. This is how Chris Hansen got people.
Yeah, I mean, and you can talk about things like entrapment, but that just depends on how much of the encounter is, like how much the person like skews it on, like with with the EDP situation. EDP is obviously a piece of shit.
Tremendous piece of shit.
Tremendous piece of shit for a lot of reasons. But like if you look at like how the like the predator finder people got him, like I think it was like I forget what happened, but I know when he found out her age or her supposed age, he was like, yeah, we can't be doing this or whatever. And then like I don't remember exactly what happened, but like they kept at it, and eventually it did turn into something. So there was a little bit of like you're sort of I mean, unless you make the predator, and obviously he is a predator, because if you weren't a predator, then you would say, no, seriously, you're too fucking young. Like, what the fuck? I'm not interested in you. Like, go away. But like, there was a fair bit of what could be considered entrapment in what they did, because
it was invalid evidence, and the court couldn't get him.
It's like if you go into a group of people, even if those people are criminals, you're like, guys, let's rob a bank. Let's rob a bank. Come on, guys, rob a bank. Rob a bank. You want to rob a bank? I got a car. Let's rob a bank. And they rob a bank. Like, ha, got you for bank robbery. That's not you. You created the bank robbery. Like, you can't be the one to make them do it. That's why entrapment exists as a law. EDP's still a piece of shit, and I hope he fucking dies. Like legit dies.
No, I agree.
I hope they find his body, and it's like a really gruesome scene. But
I hope they find him and his big fat stomach is just exploded everywhere like a boomer from Left 4 Dead.
That'd be awesome if he was dead like that. But he's a piece of shit for a lot of reasons, and this isn't the first time he's done that, obviously. But
you can't do that. You can't. It's not valid evidence. It's not valid evidence in a court of law. And that's the biggest thing. If you want to actually take somebody down, you got to do it by the book. Unfortunately.
Chris Hansen always had the police involved in all of his investigations after the first one. Like after the first investigation, which they did, which was done really sort of like as like a strict news reporting thing, where the people who they interviewed, they just let go. Like after that, the police were like, "Yeah, let's be a part of this because we want to make sure we actually are able to arrest these people." And after that, they were. It's like that's how you're supposed to do it.
To Catch a Predator only got shut down because one of their like final cases, the dude fucking killed himself, and then the sister of that piece of shit sued NBC.
Which is a weird reason to cancel. I mean, when someone like that kills themselves, the correct answer is good. It's not like.
Well, some bitch grifter thought she could make some money off of her dead fucking piece of shit brother, so that's what she tried to do.
I mean, it's like. I almost think there had to have been more to it than that, but like, you can't fucking. Like, I mean, this dude went to meet somebody who he thought was like an underage child, not, wasn't sure which gender the child was, but like, going to meet some fucking child, and then he gets caught and then kills himself, and then you're acting like it's everyone else's fault. No, bitch, he did everyone a favor. Give him fucking high five for offing his ass. Like, good, he deserves to be dead, so it's good that he's dead. Like, happy for him to do it for us. He probably wouldn't have faced serious legal repercussions. Like the charges those people faced were microscopic, because there's still a harm principle in the law. And it's like, they didn't actually hurt anybody. Like, they were attempting conceivably to harm somebody, but they didn't actually harm somebody.
No, they didn't commit statutory SA.
Yeah, or even be in a position where that would have happened outside of what the situation that was constructed to do. So they mostly got like sending unsolicited. They were like the very minor charges. That the big thing was that they were put on the sex offender list. That was the big thing that they would get, which is a problematic thing in its own, because it sort of like really creates like there's a lot of like I mean, this it's a good idea to have it in some form or another, but like what it does is it like a lot of like towns pass like statutes where, oh, nobody on this list can live within fucking 1,000 meters or 1,000 like 5,000 feet of a school, and there's nowhere in their town that's that far away from a school, so they just can't live anywhere, and so you end up with people dropping off the radar and becoming homeless, and so now you have all of these predators, potential predators, who aren't getting help and aren't getting any kind of counseling they could need to stop them from regressing, aren't getting the sort of the therapy they would need to correct the sort of you know problematic paraphilias that they're dealing with, and you're ending up with these people off the radar where they're just kind of there, and now you can't track them at all, and no one's going to hunt them down. Like this isn't worth police time to actually hunt these people down. So now you end up with a situation where people just are off the radar. And like that's not a good situation. You want to have these people on the radar. You want to be able to track them. You want to make it so tracking them is possible. But I mean no one in the political sphere ever is going to stand up and say, well, we need to think about the sex offenders.
No.
So it ends up being a situation where it's really easy and politically profitable to say, let's make it harder for these people to do stuff. Yeah, because they're predators, fuck them. And no one then says, well, is that really going to protect our community? Is this going to, make homeless people? Like, it's going to they won't be able to live anywhere legally, so they'll have to be on the streets. Then if they're on the streets, who knows what they're going to do? No one says that because nobody wants to be the guy who's like trying to help pedophiles.
That's an instant fucking political torpedo.
Yeah. This problem is all solved if you just fucking execute them, be honest with you.
It's called a list for a reason. You print that shit out and you go door to door.
Yeah. And I think there should be a special sex offender registry. It should definitely be maybe split up. I think there should be a special registry for like people who've committed sexual crimes against children.
Oh, I agree 100%. The fact that it's just one big list, I think, is very unfortunate. I think it should definitely be broken down by crime.
And it'd be like a list of like people who are in this graveyard, this mass grave. There'd be like a big mass grave, and it'd be like these are the people in the mass grave, and that would be the list. I think that could really work out.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. We skipped past the part where they even need to notify the neighborhood because they're already in the grave.
Done. Problem solved. No, I think if I'm willing to. I think we had this conversation before. Like I'm willing to say if it's like someone who's like 16 or 17, you're a piece of shit and you belong in prison, but maybe not.
You're pushing it, pal. You're pushing it.
Maybe
we have had this conversation.
Maybe not gutted like a fish. Because you know what, you're still. People who are 16 and 17 are biologically indistinguishable from someone who's 18 or 19. That's just how human physiology works.
Mm.
You're not like, but if you like do something to like a fucking 8-year-old, you need to be publicly fucking executed.
Yeah, well, and I've been saying this for ages. We need to bring back like gallows in the town square, dude. It's a sense of community. It brings everybody together.
It's a fun time for the whole family.
Fucking Gregory down the block was touching little Jimmy, and we caught him. The police got him. They convicted him. We gave him the fast track, and he's back in town. They extradited him to town square, and he's going to be strung up this morning. Saturday 9 a.m. Fun for the whole family.
It's the whole family can come out. Grandma can enjoy it. Grandpa can enjoy it.
Spread your blankets on the fucking park laun, dude.
It'll be like they'll do it in the same places they do those fireworks things on the 4th of July.
Exactly. Or like little town concerts, where the old guy with the big shaggy beard, the really friendly old guy with the big shaggy beard comes out and plays his acoustic guitar and sings some Simon and Garfunkel.
Unless he's too friendly, in which case he's next.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like that kind of like sort of social gathering.
Yeah, it's a fun thing for the whole family.
Maybe he can perform while we hang old Gregory from down the street.
Oh, that would rule. Yeah, that would rule.
Yeah, he's singing a little Simon and Garfunkel style song about how this piece of shit's hanging by a rope from his neck, and he's dead.
It's awesome that he'd be dead. I would really be happy if that guy was dead.
Oh, I'm thrilled that he's dead. It's the best
awesome.
part.
That's amazing. That's an amazing plot twist. So, what do you think about our boy George Santos?
I'm so depressed.
He's not gone. He's just he's temporarily stepping down, quote unquote, stepping down from his committee positions, which he wouldn't have had any significant committee positions because he's a fucking freshman congressman. That's barely above janitor in the fucking Congress.
But I can't help but feel like this is just like a major a major fucking bollard to his, you know, like his career trajectory. Like, even if it's going to take him a long time to have more forward momentum again. The dude was rolling like a boulder down a hill. He was just going. And then the fucking traffic block comes up and fucking bam, rock crashes, dead in its tracks. And I'm like, no, fuck, he could have taken it all the way. He is already past the 50-yard mark, dude. Somebody could have they tackled him, but he was going for the touchdown, dude.
I was really hoping his character arc would have played out multi-season arc, where we get to learn all about him and learn the mysteries. It's like, oh man, don't take this away. Don't take the only interesting thing in Congress away from me.
I know, dude. I was hooked every time I heard something new. I think I've somehow managed to get the news to you first about George Santos that he was a Brazilian crossdresser.
It was either you. I know Doomer is following him pretty closely as well. So it was either you or Doomer.
Yeah, but that was the fact that I went out of my way to research what a junior congressman was doing because I was so fascinated. It's like, God damn.
He's awesome. I'm so happy.
But I love the one you shared with me where he has three different aliases all in a single email thread.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a George Santos moment right there.
That is a real. This post has been fact checked by certified Santos patriots.
This is like George Santos hours. He's
real talk.
Yeah, oh man, this guy. I love him.
That's the stream, by the way. We did an extra 20 minutes of political ranting, but it was fun and entertaining.
They better not take George away from me. If they take George Santos away from me, I'm gonna be fucking
fucking upset.